Okay, are you ready for this? We're diving headfirst into OpenAI, and we've got articles, research papers, even some spicy social media chatter, all about their plans for AGI, bold moves they're making, and maybe even a little controversy.
It's their prediction that we could see AGI by as early as 2025 that's really captured everyone's attention.
2025, that's so much earlier than other experts are predicting. Some are saying more like 2050. What makes OpenAI think they can do it so much faster?
Well, they've definitely got some impressive achievements. ChatGPT's growth is astronomical, 250 million weekly active users, and the funding is unbelievable, a staggering $6.6 billion, giving them a valuation of over $157 billion. They're constantly launching new products and features. They're really pushing the boundaries.
They're like a rocket ship to the future of AI. But wait a second. They're also projecting losses of around $5 billion this year, mostly because of the massive computational costs of developing these complex AI models.
And this is where it gets interesting. Some analysts see these losses as a calculated risk. OpenAI is going all in on this idea that more is more in deep learning. Training larger and larger models with more data, they believe they'll unlock those breakthroughs that lead to AGI. Imagine an AI that can not only process information but understand it, learn from it, and reason like a human. That's the holy grail. But is it a gamble that will pay off, or will it lead to a financial black hole?
And it's not just about the algorithms. They're making some savvy business moves, too. Remember when they snagged that domain name, chat.com? Rumor is they paid a hefty sum, way more than what the previous owner paid.
Securing a domain like that is a strategic power play. It instantly positions them as the go-to for anything related to chatbots and conversational AI. Think about the branding and attracting even more users.
It's like prime real estate in the digital world. So we've got this ambitious company, tons of money, and some bold predictions about AI. But let's unpack this whole AGI thing. Is OpenAI's 2025 prediction realistic, or are they getting ahead of themselves? What would it even take to create a machine that can truly think like a human?
That's the million-dollar question. OpenAI has made remarkable progress, but there are still some mind-boggling hurdles to overcome. One of the biggest is common-sense reasoning, that ability to understand unspoken rules, social cues, and subtle nuances that humans just get. Imagine an AI that understands language and grasps irony, sarcasm, or even knowing when it's appropriate to interrupt a conversation. Those are incredibly difficult things to program.
Whoa, that's deep. So besides common sense, what other hurdles are there?
Another massive challenge is context awareness. AGI would need to adjust its behavior based on the environment and previous experiences, just like humans. Think about how you behave at a library versus a rock concert. An AGI would need to understand those shifts and adapt accordingly.
It's like teaching a machine to read the room. So considering these hurdles, do you think OpenAI's ambitious timeline is realistic?
It's important to remember that OpenAI is a bit of an outlier. There's a lot of skepticism, with many experts predicting it will take decades, not years, to achieve true AGI.
So are they visionaries, or are they setting themselves up for disappointment? Which way do you lean?
Well, on one hand, you have to admire their audacity, this unwavering belief in their approach, this go big or go home mentality. And their track record is undeniable. The rapid advancements they've made with ChatGPT, the brain power they've assembled. It's hard to dismiss their claims completely. But on the other hand, the complexities of AGI are immense.
It's like watching a high-stakes poker game.
Exactly, and it's a game that's just getting started. Let's rewind a bit and trace OpenAI's journey. They've gone through some pretty significant transformations from a small research lab to this AI juggernaut. How did they get here?
Yeah, their evolution is fascinating. In the beginning, they were this idealistic research lab focused on pushing the boundaries of AI for the benefit of humanity.
Right. Their early focus was on fundamental AI research, publishing groundbreaking papers, and exploring the theoretical possibilities of AGI.
And then something shifted. They went from this open research-focused organization to a company that's heavily invested in product development and commercialization. ChatGPT is the most obvious example of that shift.
It's a fascinating evolution, isn't it? And it raises some intriguing questions. What do you think this shift means for OpenAI's future direction? Are they still driven by those idealistic principles, or have they become more pragmatic, more focused on market dominance?
That's a great question. It's like they're trying to balance two competing forces, pushing the boundaries of science while also navigating the realities of business. And it hasn't been without its challenges. There's been some drama behind the scenes, leadership shakeups, high-profile departures. Things seem a bit turbulent inside OpenAI.
True. They've experienced some struggles, especially with the rapid growth and pressure to achieve their goals, plus the ethical complexities surrounding AGI.
Yeah, developing technology with the potential to reshape the world is bound to create some tension. What can you tell us about OpenAI's internal dynamics? What's it like behind the curtain?
Well, their early days were marked by this almost religious level belief in deep learning. They faced criticism for their relentless focus on scaling these models, but they remained undeterred.
That's fascinating. It's like they had this conviction that they were on the right path even when others doubted them. What's it like to work in that kind of environment, surrounded by the brightest minds, all driven by this mission?
It's definitely not your typical 9 to 5. We know there have been debates and disagreements as they've transitioned to a more product-focused approach.
Right, that shift to commercialization has raised eyebrows. Some worry that profit might compromise their mission to benefit humanity. It's a tightrope walk between idealistic goals and running a business.
It's a delicate balance, and it's not always clear which way they'll lean. Take their recent acquisition of Chat.com for a price that shocked the tech world. What do you make of that?
It's bold. It signals their intention to dominate the conversational AI market. They're putting their money where their mouth is, and they're not afraid to make a splash. But it raises questions about their priorities. Are they more focused on building a profitable business, or are they still driven by that mission to benefit humanity? It's hard to say.
And that's what makes OpenAI so intriguing. They're at the forefront of a revolution, and their decisions will have ripple effects throughout society.
Okay, so they've got the talent, the ambition, and now they're making power plays. But how are they measuring progress toward AGI? What are their milestones, and how do they define success?
OpenAI has been surprisingly transparent about their roadmap for AGI development. They've outlined a level system to track their progress, each level a significant step toward AGI.
Right, we talked about those levels earlier, that they've got chatbots like ChatGPT at level 1, reasoning capabilities at level 2, and then things get interesting with agents at level 3.
Exactly. Level 3 is where AI starts to interact with the world in a tangible way, not just processing info, but taking action, making decisions, and potentially controlling physical systems.
It's like AI graduating from the digital world into our reality.
And then there's level 4, the innovator stage, where AI systems could surpass human capabilities in things like scientific discovery, creative problem solving, and even art.
Mind-blowing. They're talking about AI that understands the world and contributes to it in ways we can't imagine. But let's get back to reality for a second. They claim to have achieved level 2 reasoning with their latest model, O1. What does that even mean? What can O1 do that previous models couldn't?
According to OpenAI, O1 shows a big leap in reasoning. It can solve complex problems, understand and respond to nuanced language, and even exhibit some common sense that was missing before.
So is O1 the key to unlocking AGI? Is this their breakthrough?
It's a step forward, but remember, we're still early in AGI development. There's a lot more research and experimentation needed before we can say we've achieved true AGI.
It's like climbing Mount Everest. They've reached base camp, but the summit is a long way off.
Exactly. But the journey is fascinating, and OpenAI is leading the way. They're pushing the boundaries, and their work forces us to confront some fundamental questions about intelligence,
Yeah.
the future of work, and what it means to be human.
It's exciting and a little daunting.
Absolutely. But one thing's for sure, OpenAI is a company to watch. Their decisions, their research, and their approach to AGI will impact the world, and we're just getting started.
Now let's shift gears and look at OpenAI's finances. We've talked funding and projected losses, but where's all that money coming from and how are they spending it?
Well, they've secured funding from the biggest names in tech. Microsoft, NVIDIA, SoftBank, they're betting big on OpenAI's potential.
It's like they're attracting investors like moths to an AI-powered light. But how are they using all that money?
A big chunk goes towards computational resources. Training these massive language models requires tons of data and processing power. We're talking server farms that use a lot of energy. It's expensive.
It's like they're building a digital brain that needs its own power plant.
In a way, they are. They're also investing in talent. They've got a team of brilliant minds in AI research and development.
So they're not just buying servers, they're building an army of experts. It's not just about money. OpenAI has made interesting strategic decisions. We talked Chat.com, but they've been expanding, forming partnerships, and exploring new business models.
You're right. Their partnership with Microsoft has been crucial. Microsoft has not only invested billions, but also provided access to its Azure cloud platform, which is essential for training those AI models.
It's like Microsoft is providing fuel for their rocket ship, but their partnership seems to be evolving into something more.
Absolutely. Microsoft is integrating OpenAI's technology into its products and services like Bing and Microsoft Office. They're betting on OpenAI to enhance their offerings and give them an edge.
It's like they're becoming intertwined, each company using the other's strengths to advance their AI ambitions.
It's a symbiotic relationship for sure, one that will likely shape the future of AI.
Okay, so we've talked funding partnerships and bold moves, but what about the people behind the scenes? We touched on internal culture, but let's dive deeper. What's it like to work at OpenAI? What kind of environment are they fostering, and how does that influence their approach?
OpenAI has this culture that's both intellectually stimulating and super competitive. Their early days had this almost religious belief in deep learning. They were unwavering in their faith, which fueled long hours and a willingness to push boundaries, even when they faced criticism.
So it wasn't all smooth sailing. Did that intense focus ever cause any issues?
Yeah, there were definitely some internal debates and disagreements, especially when they shifted from a pure research focus to a more product-oriented approach. Some researchers worried about the risks of releasing powerful AI models too quickly. Others felt that commercialization was overshadowing their mission to benefit humanity.
So they're trying to navigate a minefield, balancing their ambitions with the ethical implications of their work. How do they handle those challenges?
Well, they've got an internal AI safety team that's dedicated to researching and mitigating the potential risks of AGI. They're also engaging with the broader AI community, participating in conferences, publishing papers, and advocating for responsible AI development.
Sounds like they're taking these concerns seriously, but they're also a business. How do they reconcile their for-profit status with their mission to benefit humanity?
That's a question they're still grappling with. They say commercialization is necessary to fund their research and development, but they also insist that they're committed to ethical AI development.
It's like walking a tightrope, but it seems like they're attracting both top talent and big investment, so they must be doing something right. What do you think is the key?
I think it's a few things. Their early focus on AGI gave them a head start in a field that's getting more competitive. They've been willing to take risks, invest heavily, and attract the best minds. And they've been pretty transparent, which has fostered collaboration and sped up progress.
But haven't they also been criticized for being too open for potentially releasing dangerous tech into the world?
There's definitely a debate about openness versus control. OpenAI says transparency is crucial for collaboration, identifying risks and finding solutions together. But some think they're moving too fast, releasing powerful AI models before we really understand what could happen.
It's a tough call. It's like they're saying, let's figure this out together instead of hiding it away, but the stakes are high. This tech could change society as we know it.
Exactly, and that's why these conversations are so important. We need to engage with the ethics of AI development and make sure we're steering this technology in a direction that benefits all of humanity.
Now, what about their relationship with Microsoft? They've gotten billions in funding from them, and Microsoft is putting OpenAI's tech into their products. What are the implications? Is Microsoft calling the shots?
That relationship is complicated. Microsoft sees OpenAI as a strategic asset, a way to compete in the AI market, but it's not one company controlling the other. OpenAI still has autonomy and their own research agenda. It's more of a partnership where both benefit.
Power couple in the world of AI.
You could say that they're both major players, and their collaboration will probably have a big impact on AI's future.
So we've explored OpenAI's goals, breakthroughs, funding strategies, culture, and their relationship with Microsoft. It's been a fascinating deep dive. But before we go, what are the key takeaways? What do listeners need to know about OpenAI and its impact on the world?
OpenAI is really pushing the boundaries of AI in ways that we never thought possible. They're attracting investment, talent, and attention, but also facing criticism. Their pursuit of AGI raises big questions about intelligence, the future of work, and the potential risks of tech that could become more capable than humans.
It's a story that's still being written, and we all need to pay attention. OpenAI's decisions, successes, and failures will impact everyone. So stay informed, stay engaged, and keep asking the hard questions. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of OpenAI.